I cannot believe I've been an author for over 2 years and I'm now just starting my BookTube channel. My name is Marissa Sorrell. I write new adult romance. I have two different series going on. One is a fantasy forward series with a bit of romance, and the other is a sapphic new adult romantasy collection. So they're quite different, but I have so much fun writing each of them. With introductions out of the way, when I started doing research for what I wanted to do my first video about, I had so much fun diving into the world of BookTube that I really haven't explored yet so far. I've been living off Bookstagram and BookTok, but honestly, BookTube is very underrated. So I am happy to be here. I just wanted to say hi for my first video out there and start making a community here on BookTube. I just got my first ever Kindle, which I am so thrilled about. Shout out to my husband for getting for me for Christmas. And I will be doing my unboxing for that in my next video, so stay tuned for that. And if there's any specific content you guys want to see from me, please let me know in the comments because I'm testing out the waters. I'm planning on doing a mix of content for both readers and writers. So for the writers, I want to do writing sprints and day in the life of an author. And for the readers, because I am one too, I plan on talking about the books that I've been enjoying. I write fantasy. Seeking Isabella was my debut novel. It is about a girl who wakes up one day covered in blood and her parents are unalived. So she flees the only home she's ever known after living in isolation her entire life, and she is chased through the forest by the monsters of her nightmares. The main character, Nessa, unknowingly travels through a portal to a world of magic and fae, and she refuses to go back to Earth. She starts meeting the fae there, attending the academy, meeting members of the royal fae family, and she starts creating her own little found family since hers is dead. And she may or may not have killed them. She keeps having these mysterious blackouts that lead to her waking up covered in blood, and there may or may not be a mutilated body somewhere nearby. This book is not a horror, it is just a fantasy with a romance subplot. But a reader once told me it has cottagecore vibes, but everything is trying to murder you. So we call it dark cottagecore now. The second book is out as well, and I'm currently working on the third book, so you will absolutely see writing updates here from me. Like I said, I also wrote a collection of sapphic fantasy. They are all standalones and can be read in any order, and after writing Seeking the Six, it was the darkest book I've ever written. And I just needed something light and fun after the ending of this book because it is full of battle and betrayal. I was feeling all of the emotions in that one, so I absolutely needed a break and wrote what's called a candy book. And it ended up becoming my bestseller and allowed me to quit my corporate full-time job and become a full-time author. So apparently, taking a break and writing a candy book was the best move I could have ever made for my career. This is between mischief and magic, and it is about a demon and a princess that make a deal to find the princess's missing magic. While Seeking Isabella was dark cottagecore, this is plain old cottagecore with tea and lattes, cinnamon rolls, and croissants. She is kicked out of her home by her brother for being a drunken mess. She goes to the only place she knows will have vacancies, and it is a dingy tavern and inn that she frequents because it has magical wine, of course. There she meets a mysterious cloaked figure, which she soon discovers is Amor Liana. She is a runaway princess on a quest to find her missing magic, and she needs someone to help her through the kingdom because she has no clue what she's doing. She has never left the castle before. And it just so happens that Ray can smell magic. So the two of them make a deal to find Amora's missing magic. This is a 4 out of 5 on the coziness scale, and it is quite different than Seeking Isabella and Seeking the Six. In another video, I will definitely be talking about the story about quitting my full-time job in corporate America and becoming a full-time writer. So if you're a writer or just a curious reader, stay tuned for that because that is one of my most commonly asked questions on other platforms. The last book that I'm going to talk about in this introduction is between Salt and Serenades, and this is my most recent book. It is about a siren and a selkie that make a deal to save the sea. The siren has an icy personality after the death of her father, and the weight of feeding her family is squarely on her shoulders. And the Selkie is facing similar issues in her Selkie Cove because the fish have all gone missing. The story starts off when Sidra, the siren, leaves her home in order to find more fish for her family. It's her first time ever leaving her territory, and on that journey, she stumbles into a pesky seal that is trying to steal the one fish that she's able to find. The two of them manage to get scooped up in a fisherman's net, and they are brought aboard the ship where they must stow away in order to get to land. When the siren goes and searches for some clothes and runs into a very naked woman, she realizes that the seal she left in the net was actually a selkie, which are Siren's mortal enemies. While these two women are not enemies themselves, there's a violent history between Sirens and Selkies. So in the beginning of this book, they absolutely do not get along. The Siren may or may not pull the Selkie down a flight of stairs and steal her voice. So if you are looking for cozy through and through, this is your book. But if you want cozy along with a little bit of a drama, this one's definitely going to be for you. So those are the 4 books I have written so far. I have so much in store for 2025. I'm working on 3 projects right now, and I will absolutely be updating you along that journey. That's pretty much it in terms of my books. So let's do a rapid fire about who I am as a person before we close up this video. I'm obsessed with plants. I have them all over my house, and I'm hoping one day that my house looks like a jungle. I have a dog, Moose, who you can probably see his little feet over there, but I'll put a picture somewhere on the screen, as well as my cat, Willow. They're the loves of my life. I'm obsessed with them. I am married. I got married a few months ago. He comes to all of my book signings with me and helps me lug around books. We will hop in the car and take a long road trip to wherever that signing may be, and he will be right alongside me. He's the best. I love shows and TV shows about superheroes. I was definitely a tomboy when I was little. I was constantly in overalls, rolling around in the dirt and frolicking through forests where I thought I could survive on wild onions. But I always resorted to eating the goldfish that I packed with me. I still love frolicking in forests. That is why all of my books are very heavily nature inspired. And I think we can wrap it up there. I'm sure you will learn a lot more about me through these videos, and I'm so excited to start this journey. So thanks for tagging along. And if you want to get updates about the upcoming videos, like the Kindle unboxing and the story behind me quitting my full-time job and becoming a full-time writer, you can subscribe and get notified when those videos go up. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.